Oh, do I feel good today. What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Early Edge, your sports betting brand of record. We're powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all sports betting. And it's not close. I am the coach, and every single odd, every single number here on the Early Edge provided by our partners. We love being with the king of all sports books, BetMGM. Now, last night, boy, was it an interesting night at the brand. Proppy, next level capping. He cashed Bryce Harper, and he got into the club within 5 minutes of each other. How do you do that? Then my man AB. These were sweat-free. 3-0 last night. The Maestros, the Cowboys won by 3. Tip of the cap to Matty Ray, who won my showdown because Justin Herbert officially stinks. And I'm never betting on the Chargers ever again. You think Daniel Jones doesn't deserve his contract? Boy, Justin Herbert had his boy Keenan Allen open every single play. Couldn't hit him. They deserved to lose last night. Cowboys, congratulations. Now, at this brand, we do everything different. This is the start of our week. We don't exhale. We get ready to go again. Today, 4 p.m. Eastern time. You know what time it is. The Stoic One, RJ White. The Maestro, Larry Hartstein, and myself. Week 7, mega preview. We break down every single game from the National Football League. But today is still a busy day. We never take a weekday off. So, bring in the stars of the show because you know them and you love them. Look at this on a Tuesday. Are you kidding me? This is like rock stars. This is like Creed or Limp Bizkit performing on a Tuesday. That's what this is like. Counselor is here. Mikey B is here. The Sniper is here. Now, last night, I just got to expose myself. Trey Turner, I look up. He's running around the bases yet again. So I texted the Sniper. I said, how in the world did we not play Trey Turner today? He says, you idiot. We did, or I did. Where did we play that at, Sniper? You get our 15 seconds today.
Yeah, I've still got team picks on Sportsline as always, but I've been running player picks every single day on CBSSports.com for free in the playoffs, and I'm 19-10 in there. But it should be noted, I'm 7-0 with Trey Turner. Hey, look, he's been the horse. I'm going to ride him till he bucks me, right?
Lesson learned. A couple there. My guys are everywhere. And B, you can continue to go back to the well because at the pay window, they don't care. They don't judge you. It's allowed. Now, gentlemen, we got one big baseball game tonight. And you can't tell me that home field, emotion, and all that, you can't factor that in. Was there ever a single solitary moment last night that anybody felt like the Diamondbacks were going to win with the way Philadelphia laid out that home game? Did anybody feel that ever? I didn't think so.
No.
Home field matters, right? So tonight, it's the exact same number, minus 165. A little juicy, but hey, they win at home. The total is at 8. All of the odds by BetMGM. Sniper, let's start with you, big boy. Are we fading or are we following the Phillies to go up 2-0 in this series?
So we're following. I mean, it's Vibe Central there in Philly. They've won every single home playoff game so far this year. Well, they've won every playoff game except one. Their one loss was to the Braves when they led into the 6th inning and had a 4-0 lead, and the Braves stormed back to win 5-4. And that was the game that ended on the play where Michael Harris III made that great catch on against the wall on the shot from Nick Castellanos and doubled Bryce Harper off first. That was the only game the Phillies have lost this entire playoffs. Of course, last night was the first game the Diamondbacks lost, but this just feels a little bit different. The Phillies feel like they're going to totally outclass the Diamondbacks in this series. Didn't see anything last night that changed my mind on that front. Credit the Diamondbacks for scratching and clawing their way back into that one and making some dicey moments late. I think that's probably what they're going to have to do is get it against the Phillies bullpen, especially if Rob Thompson keeps putting Sir Anthony Dominguez in there. But as you can see, I have a grievance with that. But overall, we're good with the Phillies. And honestly, minus 165 isn't that big of a number with as much of a mismatch as I think this is.
You got to understand, if you're new to baseball betting, there's certain times, like the Sniper just said, that you can play a number. Playoffs, when there's not a lot of games, you can kind of focus and hyper-focus. Counselor, you're always hyper-focused. How are you handicapping this one? Fading or following the favorite?
Yeah, it's hard for me to go against Sniper right now. So I'm going to follow the Sniper, who, by the way, has sort of transitioned into like a Bill Belichickian mode with the hoodie and the sweatshirt, which I absolutely love because he's that good. He is Bill Belichickian right now. By the way, shout out to Taylor DeHart. He says, oh, Sia had a Creed reference yesterday. You guys, I wish you could have heard pre-show the story that Coach told us about Creed and Limp Bizkit, the concert that he was also working some of these conversations. Coach, you got to write a book. I mean, this is actually matter at hand here. By the way, shout out to Ben Horner and his picks. I see that in the chat. I'll be really quick here because I took so much time. I like Phillies first 5. In some places you can find it minus 150. It's not an official pick because it's so much juice. You can take the Phillies minus a half first 5, which is, a bit of a chalky play, but that's minus 110. I wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, so if you're going to lay that half run, if they're tied, you don't cash. They have to be up by at least 1 at the end of 5 to cash that number. But
they've been scoring a lot early, though.
And I'll say this. Merrill Kelly's expected ERA, it's a lot higher than his actual ERA, and his barrel rate and his hard hit percentage, it's higher than you think, even though the numbers over the last 4, 5, 6, 7 starts, they look pretty good when you're looking at the hits and runs, but he can get touched up for sure.
Hashtag educate and entertain. Mikey B, a lot of good information. Add to it.
Yeah, I'm following the Phillies as well. Talked about the Kelly getting touched up. Listen to these slugging percentages for the Phillies in the playoffs. Trey Turner, 893. Bryce Harper, 955. Nick Castellanos, 1,000. Okay, now Merrill Kelly had a 1.38 whip on the road during the regular season. I don't see any way that the Diamondbacks win this game.
Castellanos is another one that is just on fire.
Yep.
And nobody's talking about it. By the way, I don't think he's in the chat. He's probably sleeping in, crying over his spilt milk. But Sniper, did you know that Buckets actually challenged on the money line without the juice? He took the Diamondbacks and he gave Proppy the Phillies. I think it was Proppy, wasn't it? Proppy? It was one of them. He had a showdown where he took the Diamondbacks straight up.
Inadvisable. Did he say this match when he was talking about the game? Because he keeps calling the games matches. Yeah.
Yes. And I know it drives
you. He probably thought Jorge Soler was going to hit a home run in the game.
He literally, I kid you not, sent me a picture. He bought Jorge Soler's baseball card the other day.
Nice.
Yeah. So now he's got 1 total. Now, here at CBS and here at Early Edge, you can tell we like to have a good time, but we're always looking forward. We're always thinking, what's the next big game? Because we've got all the sports, including, college football.
This Saturday, it's back to back to back college football.
Into the end zone. What a throw, unreal.
It all starts at noon on CBS Sports Network.
Do not forget our weekly college football mega preview here at the Early Edge every single Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Turn on your notifications. Now, many of you, like, Coach, I signed up. I get tweets all the time. We love having you, but we're still collecting. New BetMGM customers can sign up today and get $200 in bonus bets. Just place your first wager of at least $10, and you'll receive $200 instantly in bonus bets, regardless of your wager's outcome. With bonus code EDGE200, it's EDGE200. Now, I want to change things up just a little bit to get the mojo going. So I know the only thing that ticks Sniper and Mikey B off more than having buckets on the show is having a soccer promo on the show when he goes, Siri,
The Scudetto, where the soul of Italy meets the pinnacle of calcio. Catch Serie A on CBS Sports Network and streaming live on Paramount+.
See, history made. We've never run 2 promos in a row together. That's how we do it. Next level right there. Next level. Now, we have arrived for our first pick of the week. And we told you we're smack dab in the middle of 50 straight days of football between college football and the National Football League. So, it's not first 5 Sia, but it'd be first half Sia, perhaps. Another liberation of the multiple personalities of our man, the counselor. You, sir, are up first.
Yeah, Coach, we had a first quarter, Sia, with Denver plus 3.5 on Thursday Night Football. We have first round leaders, Sia, which I'm sure I'll tweet out some first round leaders tomorrow. We have first half Sia, of course, and first 5 Sia. I'm debuting first half Sia here. It's tonight. We've got football on tonight. We've got football on pretty much every night for the next 40, 45 days. I'm taking South Alabama first half minus 9.5 at minus 118. You can find this at other places around minus 120. Doesn't really matter there. South Alabama is actually a pretty good team. They're 3-3, and they're going up against a team here in Louisiana Monroe that's just really quite bad. Only 1 win on the season. What I like about the South Alabama team, though, is when you look at their offensive metrics in particular, they're very good, like a top 50 offense. And then you look at the defensive metrics for ULM, and it's really bad. Honestly, their offensive metrics are really bad, too. The other thing is South Alabama has been jumping all over teams in the first half. Now, they have 2 losses over their last 4 games, but that was against James Madison and another very good, well, I should say a decent team in Central Michigan. But the games where they've been winning, they've really been jumping all over teams. Against ULM, 31-7 in the first half. Against Oklahoma State, 23-0 in the first half. So I do like South Alabama first half here, -9.5.
The reason I like it so much is that we've seen a lot, Sia, haven't we, in these Tuesday and Wednesday games? The one team will jump out to a really quick lead, and then the second half is just nothing, just nothing. It's also a great way to kind of get the spread cut in half, basically, for the first half. So I love these plays, especially on these Tuesday and these Wednesday night. By the way, I'm going to give a little bit away for free here because I know you guys deserve it. At SportsLine, we do have a pick on Western Kentucky, Jacksonville State from our man, Matty Severance, the under 60.5. Now, last week, Liberty and Jacksonville State kind of, they dictated the pace, so to speak, only 44 points in that game. Severance believes they will do that again, so under 60.5 is the play. Also, I'll give away one more, even though I'm not supposed to. Do not tell the bosses. Liberty, Middle Tennessee State. Middle Tennessee State really shocked me, and not in a good way last week. Liberty, favored by 14.5. Our Sims have them scoring 34 points, just for your information. Now, we also have one site play today. You guys keep asking for hockey, and we got you a rated A sim play at SportsLine. The Canadians, Montreal on the money line, plus 120. Why? Just because it's a rated A play. We love those. Doesn't mean it's absolutely going to hit, but it means that the probability is really good that the Canadians hit tonight. And by the way, if you want all the sports, if you don't have to worry about Early Edge giving you out something, become a SportsLine member. And I'll do you a solid right here and right now. Use a promo code COACH. And I'll give you 60% off a quarterly subscription. Use that QR code or go to sportsline.com/join and come be a part of the fastest growing sports betting universe in the world. And it's not close. All right, Mikey B, we are going to have an NBA Futures episode. When? Don't know yet. We will set that date and we will tweet that out. But I love the fact that you came today and you're already laser focused on a brand new season in the National Basketball Association. What do you got for us today?
Yeah, Coach, I cannot wait. The NBA season starts 1 week from today, so we got to do a couple of futures. So first, we're going to do the Oklahoma City Thunder over 44.5 wins at -110. Last year, won 40 games, made the play-in tournament. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had a spectacular season. He averaged over 31 points per game. But what I like is he actually missed 14 games due to injuries and rest. So it's not as if he played 80 or 82 games, which he can't duplicate. Josh Giddey, he showed significant improvement. He increased his field goal percentage by more than 6 percentage points. Jalen Williams had a great rookie season, efficient shooter, great defender. Somehow they won 40 games with basically no center. That is not the case this season. Chet Holmgren will be back after missing all of last season due to a foot injury. This is not the tanking Thunder anymore. They want to make the playoffs. Their young players have another year of experience. So we're going to do over 44.5 wins. And then we're going to do Jordan Poole to average at least 24.7 points for the season at -115. He was traded from the Warriors to the Wizards. This is not the same old Wizards. Very different looking team. Bradley Beal, Kristaps Porzingis, gone. Last season, those two combined to average 46.4 points and 33.3 shot attempts per game. Now, outside of Poole and Kyle Kuzma, the Wizards don't really have any great scorers. A couple of other starters, and Tyus Jones and Daniel Gafford, are not known for their scoring prowess. Now, Poole did start 43 games for the Warriors last season. He averaged 24.6 points per game. He is going to get all of the shots and minutes that he can handle. He is looking to score. He is going to blow past 24.7 points per game, Coach.
I tell you what, I love when you walk into a room and you come out with picks like these, because Jordan Poole, just like my man in the chat said, Stephen, Poole will shoot freely all season long. Isn't that what he's needed, right? Under the thumb of Steve Kerr and all those guys, all those champions, he never felt comfortable. This is his squad now. 25 a game, he can do that in his sleep. Good question in the chat, and I'd love anybody to weigh in. When it comes to futures, from Preston says, how much do you bet? I don't want to sit on a unit for a full season. That's a very real issue. I deal with it all the time. Let's start with Counselor. What would you suggest to this question?
I think it depends on, unfortunately, this is a case-by-case basis. I think it depends on your faith in the bet and how much you're willing to dedicate your bankroll to it. Like if I really like a future, I might put more than one unit on it. But then if I want to just spread myself thin and have a couple like fun things to cash in 5-6 months, I understand not putting a lot of money on it and maybe just putting a 0.1 or a 0.2. Again, it also depends on the odds. You might have a future that is plus 3,000 or plus 6,000, like college basketball season's coming up. Maybe you want to pick a few teams. But at the end of the day, if it's the type of thing where it's like a 10-to-1 shot and you really believe in it, or just a 1-to-1 scenario, then I think it's completely fine to put a unit or more on it. Again, if you have a lot of faith in the future. By the way, real quick, I think I might have made a mistake in speaking, because somebody pointed out in the chat, I might have said ULM. Now, South Alabama has played ULM, but tonight they play Southern Miss. It's 7:30. So just FYI, if I confuse those teams, my bad on that. By the way, Southern Miss, Frank Gore Jr. plays for Southern Miss. He won't go very far in this game, but just a quick note there.
He has thrown a couple of touchdown passes in his career as well. Real quick, Snyder, your answer to that question. I think this is a really important question. That's why I stopped on it.
Yeah, keep in mind, I'm on baseball most of the time. I usually go more than a unit because baseball is a marathon. It's a game of large samples. I find it's not easy, but I find it easier to bet futures for the full season than stuff on an individual day basis.
Interesting. How about you, Mike? How do you approach futures?
Yeah, I usually go at least a half unit on my futures. If you want to say you want to do a bunch of over-unders for win totals, maybe you want to spread that out to a quarter or a half unit just because you're dealing with, maybe you want to bet 3 or 4 so you got some extra things to watch on League Pass, my unofficial fifth member of my family. But for like the Jordan Poole one, I have no problem putting at least a unit on that. I think that's a great bet. So it kind of depends on the bettor, but all depends on how many future bets you want to make.
And you have to get past the frustration, because right now I'm sitting on a Chiefs win total of 11.5. So every single day I see that. It's like a blinking red light in my queue that's not going to cash till January. You got to get past that because it will drive you insane. It's like Groundhog Day. You see the same bet over and over and over. Get past it. All right. Now, one of these picks from the Sniper is so brilliant. And I was driving last night to pick up my daughter from theater class, and the announcer on the radio said Bryce Harper is getting to a point where Barry Bonds was, where they may walk him when the bases are empty because he is so red hot. And then we get to this morning, and Sniper, this is a brilliant play. Floor is yours.
Yeah, so we'll start with that then. It's a half walk. So obviously I'm going to go over on that. He's walked in, they played 5 of the 7 playoff games, but it does feel like they're going to get to the point where if you have Trey Turner on second or third base with Alec Boehm on deck behind Bryce Harper, that they're just going to be like, you know what's not a good sight? The lefty with this bat out. How about we just take that bat out of his hands and put him on first? All we need is one walk. It might even come via conventional. Last night, they did not intentionally walk him, but he still drew a walk. He's seeing the ball so well right now. And I just think with Boehm behind him, as good as Trey Turner's been in front of him, we're going to end up with a situation where Turner's on and they don't want Harper to beat him. And they're going to say, we just have to make Alec Boehm beat us. So yeah, over half on the walks. It's only minus 125. I love that one. Also, got to stick with Trey Turner. As I said earlier, I'm 7-0 on this hits plus walks plus RBIs prop. One game, it was 2.5, and he went over that. The rest of the time, it's just been 1.5, as it is again tonight. A little bit of juice on that, but not anything prohibitive. And I can't help but think stuff like I've talked about how I played blackjack before. If I've won 7 hands in a row, I'm not walking away. I'm just not. Why would I walk away from this bet right now? And I actually had a sneaking suspicion in each of the last 2 games, like, all right, this is going to be the night that he goes over for sure. And 2 games ago, he went 4 for 4 with a home run. Last night, he cashed easily early in the game. I'm just picturing right now Roy McAvoy from 10 Cup saying, ride her till she bucks you or don't ride at all.
Yeah. Very, very, very true. By the way, Maddie in the chat says Harper walk is plus 100 on BetMGM.
Wow.
How about that? giving you the best.
Yeah, I looked last night, so okay. Whew.
All right. Hey, the chat always helps us. They always help us. You guys are amazing. By the way, I know I scolded you yesterday. Did everybody hit that like button today? If you didn't, please do that. It's very, very, very important. All right. All right. Another good question. Bitsy, Coach, I don't have the hits, runs, and RBIs. What would be the pivot to that? Sniper?
Yeah, on Trey, 1.5 total bases is usually a good one. You could also go over a half run, because if he gets on base with Bryce Harper behind him, and then if they're deciding to walk Harper, then there's multiple guys on base. We know about how good he is at stealing bases. He's fast. So, yeah, there are a lot of books that don't have that hits plus runs plus RBIs. Runs is probably your best bet there.
Mm-hmm. Some have total bases too.
Yeah.
And you go over 1.5 or 2.5 bases. That's might be a good pivot too. Mikey B, let me come to you. I don't want to put you on the spot, but they're also asking for, because last night SportsLine tweeted out right after Bryce Harper hit that home run that that was the most bet prop at plus 400 of the entire night, as Bryce Harper to hit a home run. Do you like anybody tonight? And I honestly, I haven't looked either. So if you haven't, just say you haven't, about a home run prop tonight.
I haven't looked at the odds specifically, but listen, when Kyle Schwarber gets hot, he hits home runs in bunches. He finally hit a home run last night. That's his first one of the playoffs. He's got at least 46 home runs in both the last 2 seasons. We said Merrill Kelly has not been good on the road. Could be another Schwarber bomb. That might be worth taking the risk here.
Maybe so. Counselor, what about you?
Yeah, I was going to say Kyle Schwarber as well. So I'm all aboard on that one.
Maybe I'm drawing a blank now. He's hit 5 home runs in the last two games. He hit one last night. Yeah. Maybe he
worth a sprinkle. Yeah.
Worth a sprinkle. You're damn right, Sniper. Worth a sprinkle.
By the way, and I forgot to add, if you wanted to go Trey Turner, Trey's a career 429 hitter against Merrill Kelly.
Grab your paper. Grab your pencils. Or pens. Here is the recap, courtesy of my man, the Snake, who is healthy, looks great this morning. Sia Nejad, the counselor, he's on one play tonight. It is Tuesday night football, South Alabama. Let's go first half, lay the 9.5 minus 118. Then Mikey B, he's on the Thunder to go over their win total this season, 44.5 wins minus 110. Then Jordan Poole, he's out of Golden State. Hallelujah. And he's going to have a big-time year. He's going to average over 24.7 points per game. Then the Sniper. He's on Trey Turner over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, minus 135. You heard the pivots. Hashtag it pays to watch live. Then Bryce Harper. All he's got to do is be walked one time. I think that happens tonight, maybe more than once, minus 125. Then one play from SportsLine itself, Matty Severance. No, he was on the under in Western Kentucky. My apologies. Canadian, this is a site play. It's rated A with our Sims. Money line plus money plus 120. Remember, all of our odds are powered by BetMGM. Do not forget, later today at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, myself, the stoic one, RJ White, and the maestro, Larry Hartstein, with our Week 7 NFL Mega Preview. We break down every single game on the board, and if the boys like anything enough, they will give it out on the show today and beat the number, because as we've seen almost every single week, the numbers are changing from Tuesday to Sunday, and you got to stay on top of it, which is what we try to do. So with all that being said, good start to our week. There's only one thing left to do, and I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these Tuesday tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, Lobo, Counselor, Mikey B, my man, the Sniper, and the Snake, always on the ones and the twos. I am simply the coach, trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you. Anybody new that just came, just signed up, we want you. Bring all your friends. Be kind to one another. Pay it forward. This is a great day. And you started it with the early edge.